In this video, we will learn about strings. So as we already know that string is a sequence of characters terminated with a null character \0. Now whenever the compiler encounters a sequence of characters enclosed within double quotation marks, it appends a null character \0 at the end by default. Now, strings are declared using arrays, and there are various methods in which we can initialize the strings. First is we are initializing an array without giving the size of an array. So whatever will be the length of the string which is within double quotes will be the size of the array. And of course this array will be terminated with that null character \0. Second method is we are declaring an array with this size and then declaring the string within double quotes. Third method is we are declaring the array and not declaring the size and declaring each and every character within single quotes and ending it with the null character. And lastly, we are using an array whose size is defined and then we are declaring every single character within single quotes and terminating it with the null character. Now one thing to note is that both array and strings are second class citizen in C, which means that once it is declared, the assignment operator cannot be used again. For example, this code will give an error if we try to run it. As you can see, it will give an error. Conflicting types for C. Next is we can use the scanf function to print the string. For example, let's run this code and we will enter a string, suppose our name. So let's enter Adam, suppose styles. As you can see, although we enter Adam styles, only Adam got printed, which means that due to this space, only one string is being stored. But however, if we want to store a series of strings, that is a whole line of text, and want to print it, we can use the fgetS function, and in order to print the full string, we can use put s. Now let's run this code. So now let's enter Adam styles again. As you can see, the whole name is printed. Now one thing to note here is that the size of name is included, which means that we can enter name up to 30 characters including the space. As in card name, the array size is declared as 30. Now another thing to note is that the getS function can also be used to take the input from the user, but it is removed from the C standard because getS allows you to input any length of characters which can lead to buffer overflow. That's why fgetS is preferred. Now string can be passed to a function in a similar way like array. Now in this code, we have a function called display string where we are passing the string to this function. So we are entering the string using fgetS, and then in order to display it, we are calling this function display s and passing the string to this function. Now in the next code, similarly like arrays, string names are decayed to pointers. Hence, you can use pointers to manipulate the elements of a string. In this code, there is this string which is stored in the character array name, and then using star name ptr, which is a pointer pointing to the first character of this string, that is capital T, and then using star name ptr plus 1, we can navigate to the second element of this string, that is A. Similarly, using star name ptr plus 7, we can print S. Now let's run the program. So as you can see, we can use pointers to manipulate elements of a string. Now, some commonly used string functions are strlen, which calculates the length of a string, strcpy, which copies a string to another, strcmp, which compares two strings, and strcat, which concatenates two strings. Now, let us look at a program to understand all these functions better, and also note that all these string functions are included in the header file string.h. So now in this code, now let's run it first. Okay, so first we are calculating the length of the string using the strlen function, and as you can see that the first string contains 8 characters, so the length of the string is 8. Then we are using the strcpy, that is we are using the strcpy function to copy the string a to string b, so that is strcpy b comma a, and then we are displaying the contents of b, that is it will have the same string as a, that is Hermione. Then using the strcmp function, we are comparing the strings a and b. As these two strings are similar, the result will be 0. Similarly, in the next one, we are comparing strings b and c. Since it is not the same, because in c the h is small, and we know that uppercase and lowercase letters are not treated as the same. So the result is -1, meaning that these two strings are not equal. Then using strcat, that is concatenating two strings, we are concatenating strings a and d. So as you can see that the result is Hermione Granger, but as you can see that there is no space between these two, because in between these two we do not have any space. And then finally we are displaying the d function. So as you can see that in the when we are using the strcat function, the string is concatenated to the first string, which in this case is a. And that's all for now. Thank you for your patient listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for further videos on this course. Thank you.